and he's using his money to publicize Torah. The Gaon Mivilna, Zchutot Hagen Aleinu, he said something very scary to his students, that one of his students, when he heard this, passed out. He passed out. We're going to hear it, and it's not going to affect us. You're going to hear it, and it's not going to affect you. I'm going to tell you ahead of time. How do I know? I know you for a little while. I know myself. It's not going to affect us that much. We're not going to pass out. Maybe affect us as far as maybe we're going to start thinking to ourselves, ooh, wow, get a little scared for 15 minutes maybe. But in reality, we're not going to pass out. Why? Because we don't really understand the depth of judgment to the same extent as the Talmidim of the Gaon Mivilna. So the Gaon Mivilna one time had a shiur about Genom, and one of his students passed out. Why did he pass out? Because he heard that there's a malach in Shamayim, there's an angel in Shamayim, that he has one job. He only has one job. What's his job? To give you an accounting once a person leaves this world, and tell you what you did at every moment, every rega. Every rega, he's going to tell you, oh, you see this rega, you were thinking about the girl. And this rega, you spent money on something that was not Torah-based. Or you see this rega, this moment, you were thinking about nothing. How could you think about nothing? There's a whole Torah, you think about nothing. And he tells you an accounting of every single second that you lived. When a person really thinks that he's in this world to just do what he wants, and there's no accounting in Shamayim, and no one cares, and no one counts it, and no one records it, then he's going to live in the world, and he's going to operate in the world as if he runs the world. That's why I say that atheists are the most religious people in the world. They not only want to make sure that you know that they're atheists, but they want to make other people atheists. If we were as zealous as the atheists, the Mashiach would have come already. They're not embarrassed of their beliefs. We are. But that's because the atheists think that they're running the world. We say Hashem runs the world, but betoch tochenu, inside us, sometimes we have a little bit of doubt. We have a little bit of safek. Because we don't really know how he runs the world, who, what, when, and how. And we never knew, maybe even until now, that there is a that there is a angel assigned in Shamayim for each and every one of us, that after 120, a person leaves the neshama of a person, who he really is, leaves the body, and he meets an angel. Hi, hello, how are you? How's everything? Okay, now I'm going to give you the cheshbon. What cheshbon? What are you talking about? I just arrived. I didn't even do anything yet. No. I have to tell you everything you did. When? What, last week? No. 2 seconds ago. And then 3 seconds ago. And 4 seconds ago. And 5 seconds ago. And 6 seconds ago. And for 120 years. Anyone that really thinks about this should pass out. Remember when you thought about the things that you weren't supposed to think about right next to your wife? He's going to tell you about that. Remember about the things that you did when you signed the deal, but you knew it's not really telling the truth? He's going to tell you about that also. Remember when Hashem gave you a bunch of money and you used it for stuff that has everything to do with against him, not him? Remember when you had an opportunity to do chesed, but you said, nah, somebody else is going to do it. There's so many rich people in the community. Why, it has to go on me. I have to give. Let somebody else do it. The rich people, they're going to do it. And so on and so forth. When Hashem shows us this malach, we're going to be more scared of him than anything else. Why? Because there's no second chances. So when a person works and he makes sure that every second counts, well, he knows, okay, I'm working. I can't learn Torah like I want to learn. I want to go to kollel. I want to go to yeshiva, but either I don't have the emunah, or I don't have the ability, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, but I do have yirat shamayim. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use my money to whatever aside from my basic expenses, instead of building 401ks and IRAs and 3-car garages and 3-floor homes because the first one is not enough, and so on and so forth. I'm going to make sure that there's more Torah in the world. I'm going to make sure to do everything possible that there's more Jews in the world that actually know that they're Jewish. There's a lot of Jews, Baruch Hashem, in the world, but most of them don't know what the difference is between a Jew and a Goy. So a person that works to that extent, he sees the malach, he gives him a high five. Hey, how are you? Hey, you, buddy, come. Let me show you what I do to the other people. Let me show you what I do to the other people that didn't do what you did. Why? Because every moment you spent in the world, you worked for Hashem. Every second, you worked for, even when you were sleeping, you went to sleep. Why? You had to get energy. Why? So you can work tomorrow. Why are you working tomorrow? To publicize Torah. You're working for Hashem 24 hours a day. But if you're working for Ferraris, you're working for Mustangs, you're working to make sure that everybody knows what your next thought is or next meal is on Facebook, he's going to tell you about those moments. Oh, you remember that moment that you publicized the cheesecake that wasn't kosher? Remember that? Oh yeah, you were machtia rabim. Why? 7 people went to the non-kosher place because of you, and they ate the same cake. So they all sinned against Hashem because of you. Thank you. This is, to me, one of the scariest things I've heard the Gaon Mivilna say. Why? Because no one ever thinks, no one ever imagines that someone is out there, mamash, like Hashem says, like Shlomo HaMelech said, that at the end, Hashem does all the accounting, and everybody has a visual of every single thing they did. A person that sees that, understands it, lives his life very differently. Very, very differently. A person that doesn't will do things like maybe one of the stories I'll tell you later tonight that you would never think somebody could even do in a modern civil